Hello, this is Jack Atkinson in my kitchen again, at my kitchen table, which I love to work at. And today I want to tell a story about a famous photographer named William Eggleston and my encounter with him. A long time ago, I was the art director of Memphis Magazine, and a bunch of us youngsters just started this magazine on our own just because we wanted to, and did it on just talent and no money, and one of the people involved owned a printing press. So that's how we did the magazine. That's how we started something from nothing. But back to William Eggleston. We decided to do a story on this guy named William Eggleston, and I'll show you the picture. And there's my typography design, and that's his photo there. And he lived in Memphis, and he was unknown at the time. But he had gone to New York City and shown his work to the Museum of Modern Art. And they decided to do a show on him. And this is the book that they published at the same time as we did this story. So William Eggleston's known for his color because there were no color photographers before him that were in museums. But William Eggleston figured out a way of printing color that would keep it forever. It would not be fugitive, as they say, because color photos used to fade, and so museums couldn't collect them, and they certainly wouldn't show them if they couldn't collect them. So anyway, William Eggleston has become the premier photographer of America currently, and his works sell for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars now. And basically he's still famous for this series he did way back when. And it's the one, that's the photos everybody wants. But my story about William Eggleston was I was sent over to his house and said, like, get some photos from him and we'll run a couple in a story. So here are two photos I got. This is kind of like a Coke, or not Coke, but a soft drink theme. And then the last photo, we only used three. The last photo we used was a picture of Halloween with all the colored lights and the greenish light from the street lamp. And anyway, so I knocked on his door in Memphis, and he came from a family of money, and so it was a big mansion, and he came to the door, and he basically doesn't talk. This man barely says a word. So he let me in. Then I said, I'm here from Memphis Magazine to pick up some photos. And so he said, sure. And so we walked through his foyer over to the doors of the dining room. And he opened the doors, the double doors of the dining room, and there on the floor was a 5-foot mountain of these prints going wall to wall, just piled up. He had thrown them in there. And he said, just pick out what you want and take them with you. So I knew the technique that he used, and each one of these photos cost between $600 and $900 to print, because of this new technique he had come up with. Anyway, and here was a mountain of them. And I thought, this is like tens of thousands of dollars in front of me. I don't know, just hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so, anyway, so I did my best to pull out about 5 or 6 that I could get to without stepping on anything, and the ones I liked, and took them over and we ran the story. But since then, William Eggleston has become the premier photographer of America, and his works now sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And what I didn't know is that huge pile of photos that he didn't seem to be think that precious of, became worth millions. That was a pile of millions and millions of dollars worth of photographs. But that's just kind of the strangeness of the art world and strange people. William Eggleston is not your normal type person, but he is very talented, and that was my encounter with him. And it's an interesting story. If you would have been there, you would have been shocked yourself. But I really love the thought of being that closely involved with someone who's become that famous. So anyway, that's my story about William Eggleston. Until next time, this is Jack Atkinson.